All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing your daily horoscope for Friday, the 6th of November, 2020. We've got the moon moving through the later degrees of Cancer. Moon is home in Cancer, nourishing, nurturing. Earth's natural satellite stays very close to home, right? These emotions we wear close to our sleeve, close to our heart. These emotions we care very deeply about. The sun still shining its point of illumination from these deep-rooted, deep desires, deep emotions, okay, in the sign of Scorpio. So the main meat of what's going on today, there's two big things, okay. One is the moon is going to create an opposition to, let me show you here. Moon's creating an opposition to, there it is, to Jupiter, to Pluto, and to Saturn today. I've got this pulled up at noon. Here we go, back an hour. There you go. By 11 o'clock, we're opposing Jupiter. And then by 1 o'clock, we're opposing Pluto. And a couple hours later, here we go, 8 p.m., we're opposing Saturn. Okay, so what does this mean? Our emotional moon wants to do what? Our emotional moon wants to lay in bed all day. Our emotional moon wants to care for ourselves, stay, home, family, stay close to home. And it's just like, I need to honor my emotions. I need to honor and care for my emotions. And hiding out, right? Anytime we see something go into the water sign of Cancer, we think things go hidden. So emotionally, we can kind of go hidden. All right, so we want to be hiding out on this day. Where the oppositions, Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn are saying, if you want to get things done, you can't do it from hiding out, So there's a balance. And of course, we have Mercury and Venus in the balancing sign of Libra and saying, how do we communicate? How do we think? How do we create this balance within our lives? How do we bring this balance between ourselves and other people? Okay, because there's a point of action and no action and action. There's a balance, and we have to figure it out. It's a dance, right? It's like couples figure skating. I've never been couples figure skating. I can only imagine. But there's a point where there's one person that has to actively do something, and then the other person has to be passive to let the other, just dancing in general, I look at that when I'm working on set, when there's the actors and the camera guy and me, the boom operator, we're all walking around. It's like this big dance that's happening, and there's parts of action and there's parts of inaction where you're waiting for the other person to lead. Okay. Anyway, so there's some of that energy going on where it's just like we can't just be passive all the time. That's what this energy is really saying with these oppositions to Pluto, Jupiter, and to Saturn. We must take the steps. We must take the emotional action. We must be the emotional authority in our lives. The Band-Aid hurts. Sometimes we just have to pull it off. You know what I mean? Or resetting that broken bone hurts. But the longer that we just leave it broken, the more damage it does. So it's just like that little fix can be painful, but is the necessary step. Okay, so that's part of it, is this opposition's going on here. Okay, now the other, and we also look at this, moon septile to Mars, right? This is part of our inaction, and this is saying like, but we have to do things. Okay, here, this is the best way I can put this. This is like the mountain goat being at the bottom of the mountain, complaining that it's hungry. The only solution is if it gets up and climbs the mountain to get the salt. It's the only solution. Otherwise, it sits in its misery. Okay? So there's this ongoing balance today that's going to be saying, that's like asking you to pull out, step out of your comfort. And that comfort is discomfort. The comfort, of, oh, I don't feel good. I want to sit here and rest. I don't feel happy. I want to sit here and dwell, or whatever it may be, right? So it's not like that's a comfortable place, but that's just where we're at. So it's like pulling ourselves out, adding the discomfort to pull ourselves out to bring us comfort, to bring balance into our lives. You see that? Okay, there's power behind there. That makes sense. Now, the other big one that's going on today, not only do we have Venus septile to Neptune, Neptune septile to Saturn, which has been going on, Saturn septile to Venus. Okay, this is powerful. This is by saying, you know, by us showing up and being present for the other, and a display of that of which we love, that of which we value. Okay, through other people, this energy really gets to shine today. Okay, Venus also. So not only do we have Venus, Neptune, Saturn. Okay, this is a very magical Friday, my friends. Not only Venus, Neptune, Saturn. Okay, this is all about make things real. This is your dreams, your creativity, your imagination. This is the laws of the physical reality and saying yes to life. Yes, let's manifest this non-tangible, non-physical, and let's make it physical. And Venus is saying, yes, this is what I love, and this is who I love to do it with. Okay, not only do we get this trifecta of septiles, fate and destiny, universe working for us. Okay, so now we also have this Venus septile to Saturn, Saturn septile to Uranus, Uranus septile to Venus. Okay, and remember that Uranus is in Venus's other home territory. This is a breakthrough. This is a breakthrough. This is a shift in change. This is the old tradition. This is where we've been. This is what's been going on in society. Okay, Venus says, I see a new balance. I see a new love, a new way to look at all of this, a new harmony. Okay, I can tap into my dreams and my creativity and my imagination and bring this harmony into my life. Okay, so we get this Venus, Saturn, Uranus septile trine happening. Okay, again, this is fate and this is destiny, the universe working for you, freeing, clearing the karma, freeing the past. Okay, like a lightning bolt, just immediate, electrifying, boom, it's done. You know, this is the thing with sometimes with healings, like you can't rush a healing, but sometimes at the same time, it's like that. It's instantaneous, right? And sometimes we just have to allow that instantaneous thing to happen and just acknowledge that it's happened. If we're still waiting for that healing to happen, although we've been healed, you know, it's just like this is going backward. Anyway, so this is an instantaneous thing that's happening and given to us, sparking joy, freedom. Okay, so this is like it's done. Your healing is done. This thing is done. So something's going on this Friday. Okay, again, this is the destiny. The universe is working out for you. Okay, and it might not seem that way. We're just coming out of the Mercury retrograde. Mars is still retrograde. We're at the tail end of the Mars retrograde, and this is the hardest week. This is the hardest week because it's like people want to move. People want that energy that's been dormant for so long. You know, they want to dance inside the fire and not cry. You know, but the emotions is what's coming up right now, and especially with this moon over here in the sign of Cancer and opposing all of this big authority stuff that's saying like, look, you don't have time to just lay around and cry all day. Look, we have to go do stuff. If we just complain about not being, you know, about being hungry and not having any food, and if we don't get ourselves up to make that journey to get the food, is this Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail, and we just go around in circles. I'm hungry, and I'm sad because I'm hungry, and I'm a lack of motivation because I'm hungry, but I'm not willing to get up and motivate myself to go get the food that I need to nourish me because I'm sad because I'm hungry. You know, this is a very, very powerful lesson, like in this whole day in general of like there's things that we just absolutely have to do, you know. And then we also have, look at this, there's so much going on today. We also have a T-square, okay, between Mercury, the moon, and Saturn. Mercury squaring Saturn, you know, this is about communication. Like, just the same as this. It's like we have to force ourselves to communicate sometimes. We have to force ourselves to say the things that we might not necessarily want to say to bring the balance into our lives, to balance our relationships. Okay? And this is all coming from what? You know, this place of deep-rooted, deep desire. You know? And even still, quintile, moon quintile to the south node release. Septile, you know, quintile is creative energy between my emotions and release. There's a creative release happening today, as well as there's a release septile back here to Chiron. This is offering you your personal healing, and this healing is done, you know. I've said it before on this channel, but it's just like, we drink the NyQuil or the DayQuil or Robitussin or whatever it is why we need it. But there's a point where we just don't need it, and we can put it in the shelf, we can put it in the drawer and put it away. It's like, that's done. This is over with. Okay, so there's something going on here. This is not about physical ailment. This is deeper rooted. Okay, a deeper rooted clearing, a deeper rooted healing, a deeper rooted something that's going on that's saying, this is done. This chapter is ending. This chapter is closed in your life. And there might be remnants or pieces that you will always hold on to and remember and appreciate. But at the same time, that chapter is done. The chapter is over. And now there's a whole new chapter opening up in front of you that more so aligns with who you are now at this time than who you were at that time. You see? Whole new chapter, my friends. This is a very, very powerful start to an amazing weekend. Okay, I can't say enough good things about this energy right now. All right, fate and destiny. The universe is happening for you right now, for you. So allow it, accept it. Whatever way it's unfolding for you, may it be beautiful. As always, my friends, I love you. I wish you enough. And I'll see you tomorrow.